Hi everyone, welcome back to the Fluid Crafter. This is Dora, and we are still on our altar book series, but we are almost to the end. Yay! Okay, so before we get started, I had some questions about my tea dyed paper, and so I wanted to do a little short clip at the beginning of this just to kind of show the different text, or I'm sorry, the different light, medium, dark, and burnt colors that I get with the tea dye and with the gas stove, so that way other people can see what I mean by when I say an electric stove versus a gas stove, coffee versus tea. So it all depends on how strong you make it. I put vanilla in my tea when I mix the tea up and I get it boiling really hot. I put vanilla. Vanilla will bring in that really brown richness. It's unbelievable what vanilla does. So let me show you this really quick. So this is just a light kind of placing the tea bags on the paper, just kind of dabbing it just to kind of give it a light color. This one here is also the same way, but leaving the tea bags onto the paper to give it a little bit darker. This one is leaving the tea bags on top of the paper for a long time, so you can see the cool little textures and prints of the tea bags. And then these are the ones that were soaked in the tea. And I can tell you, actually, I'll do a video on how I actually do, it, so that way you can actually see it versus just me kind of telling you. But we're just going to do the different shades and things like that right now. Okay, so then this is what I call a medium or a light medium. And you can see the difference here. Actually, let me pull that first one out. And put that up there so you can see the difference. And I love how the lines go on there. I just lay it right on the rack. I do it at about 400 degrees and I keep my eye on it. And literally, like within seconds to a minute, it's done. It's dry, you know. So, okay, so there's the light to medium. Put that one up there. This one here is a medium dark. Also, the lines is wonderful. This one is a dark. And then we have one that I classify as burnt. I leave it in just a little extra longer. Now the paper itself is not burnt, just the ridges are burnt. And you can see it's black almost. I mean, it's really dark. And then even the corner over here got a little bit darker than the other ones. If you can see, that's actually a little bit better right there. If you can see that. Probably a little bit better if you compare the two like that. So those are my shades that I like doing. So I will put out another video for that, so stay tuned. I will get that out. I'm not sure when, maybe later today or tomorrow. But I was a busy bee again late last night, and I got some more stuff done. So let's go where we left off. Let's see, where did we leave off? We left off at there it is. We left off here, and then we started stamping, remember? We made those mushroom toadstool stamps, and then we did the flower floral script and stuff. So let me show you what we did. Remember I said I wanted to do steampunkish type or something along those lines, that kind of feel. So I didn't want to dig out all my steampunk stuff. I kind of wanted to just use what I had. We're using scraps, right? So I just took a few of my stamps, and this is what I did. Ta-da! So I just, and these here I'm going to make into little tags. So these are just little steampunk images. This one here I double stamped to make it 3D. I'm not sure if you can see that. Looks like it comes off of the page. So those are going to be tags. I'll take this out. This here is just the music sheet, of course. This here is a kind of a machine-y type. It's a paint palette that you hold in your hand when you're painting with some script. Let's take this back in there. This is my, this is one of my little time capsule things that I do. My favorite movies, my favorite shows, and then I'll do my favorite books and stuff like that. And then next year I'll open it up and see if I still like those same things. Okay, so here we have the balloon, then we have the poker cards, then we have a dually that has some script in it, 1790. These are steampunkish type. This here is the mailbox with the script. These are a pair of scissors that have been machined. This here is just a design, find the beauty in every day. Over here we have this says stay classy for the little sewing, steampunk type sewing. The stamp did not stamp down fully, but actually I kind of like the way it turned out. I like that it didn't show every little piece. It kind of gives it that rugged, old-fashioned, maybe that the ink has worn off. I mean, it looks really good. So here's scissors, a mirror, a button, and this just says Paris. So we did that. And then over here, I just collaged some of that paper and I put adore, to regard with the utmost esteem, love, and respect. Down here it says birds at winter nightfall. And then over here, it's collaged with the same as this over here, just to kind of bring the page and let it flow with some hand stamped script. This, I love this stamp. I got it from AliExpress and it is gorgeous. It's a dragonfly that is made into a pin, and there's the hand of the person dipping the dragonfly's tail into the ink, and then it says hand of artistic penmanship. And then here's some little stamp script up here. And these here, the top and the bottom had no wording, so I thought it would be great to leave blank so that I can write on it, I could draw on it, I could do whatever I wanted. So I did leave these two blank on purpose. This is just a collage. These are 3 of the older stamps that I have. Here is a 5-cent stamp, $3.35. This one is from Romana. I don't know if that's, I'm not sure where that's from. This one I can't not even read. It's from 1882. And then here is some more collaging, self-explanatory. And then here we did these mushrooms. Now I left this one blank because I wanted to, you know, I've got this little floral thing happening, so I kind of wanted, you know, and then stamps, and this is why I put these stamps here, you know, doing some stamping. And so I wanted to here, but I wasn't sure what to put, so I'm going to come back to that. And here are our designs that we did with the stamps. So we have a 1, 2, 3 pocket, and I just cut and glued so that it moves down with a little spacer of the tea dyed paper with a rose, and then our little stamped images of the mushrooms down here. Although that came out really well. Then of course I left this one blank also. Wait, did I skip a page? No, I did not. Okay, I skipped this page because we're still on the floral gardening. Oh, let me put that back in there. This was just the other side that got cut off here, so I'm gonna make that into a little tag. So I'm going to blend over into some photos. This is a vintage photo out of a book that my brother gave me, and it is of I'm guessing husband and wife, and he's kissing her on the cheek, and she is just smiling so big. I don't know if you can see that. And so I put some gardening photos behind her, some vintage gardening photos, and you can, it's like a belly band, a bigger style belly band. So I can put anything I want back there, write a letter, hide something, or whatever. I thought that came out really cool. And then over here we have some more collaging. We have some more stamps and stuff. And then here, I posted this on Instagram. I took just a bunch of random pieces of scrapbook paper, the thinner stuff, not the real thick cardstock, and just ripped them all up into little pieces and just started putting them all down on the page. And then I put, sometimes life is messy, because even us as crafters, you know, sometimes when we're trying to look at something, trying to see something, envision something, it comes like this in our head. It's all jumbled up, and we have to kind of categorize and separate and do all those things in our heads, and therefore sometimes our lives are messy like this. And I thought it came out really well. This here is this was an experiment, I guess you could say. So this is parchment, waxed parchment. Okay, and yes, it's on the page. See, it's on the page. It's not coming off. Now, nothing sticks to wax paper. Nothing. So what I did is I wrote on the page. I covered it with that poppy napkin. And then I took and sewed around the parchment. Because parchment will not glue down, but the thread will. So what I did is I took my Eileen's Tacky Clear Glue, and I just glued, and a good amount too, because I wanted it to come through the other side of this thread. So let me see if I can show you. So the top of this thread, I wanted it to bind it, so that way it would not come up. And so I put a good amount all the way around. I put it down, and I keep my plastic cellophane covers or packaging and cereal box inserts where the cereal's in that plastic bag or whatever that is. I clean it out really good, but I keep them, and then I place them between my pages so that way my pages don't get glued together. So that's what I did overnight, and it worked. It worked. Listen to that. It's so great. It's wonderful. So that turned out really well. And this is where we are, guys. Look at that. We're almost done. Looky. Let me see, because I left some pages in the back so that I could use as just regular pages or tear out. So looky, that's all we have. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so like I said, I'll go back to those other pages, but I do want to work on these with you guys today. So let's see what we can do and get done. I was thinking, as Miss Gail always says, I was thinking, I love it though. It's one of these fold downs and maybe made into a belly band, because what happened when I glued this down, I had a side pocket, but I glued it shut. It went all the way through the paper, but that's okay. So since we don't have a pocket, I was thinking of making a, see, it would go out this way, making a belly band that way, or making one this way. But if we made it this way, I would have to cut some off. So I was thinking of doing it maybe like this, and then having it open like this. I mean, I could probably put something here if I wanted to write on it, or I could leave it closed. Actually, I could. You could use it as a tuck area to put things up in there, but maybe a paper clip to hold it closed. That would probably be okay. And maybe tuck that down first and then that over it to hide it. Or I could have a tuck here, like this, on the inside. And then have that for a writing space. I think I like that better. It's just something different, right? Something different, something unique. You have this area to write on if you wanted to. This side would be easier to put something under so that you could journal on it if you wanted to. And the journal on the front. And then have a belly band. I think that would, oop, there's a bad word on there. I need to cover this up. And this actually came from an all-age book. Okay, we'll just put that over there. Okay, so, yeah, I'm thinking we're going to do that. So we need to decorate. Let me see here. Let me see, where's the opening? Right there. And that's going to go that way. Let me cover up that side so no one sees it. Okay, so there. Thinking. Okay, we'll do that and that. So 1 and 2 here is where it's gonna go. So this middle piece, it'd be okay. So if I could just decorate this outside. I love the way that sounds on the other side. Okay, so I went through my stuff again and I found more scrappy dappy stuff. But the good thing about this is I am using up all the stuff that I had cut off of signatures and, you know, just stuff that I've had in here. And I probably had some of this stuff in here, guys. Oh, probably a year and didn't even think about it, you know? Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Let's do something fun. Let's do something fun, all right? All right, well, we can cover that and that since we have that. I think that would be fine. And then we could do a really pretty background. Look at that. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, see? And it just kind of blends right over. All right, so let's tear these edges, and I am not going to ink this one. I cleaned off my desk, my table, wiped it all down. I mean, I wipe it down quite often, but because I stain on it all the time, and it's always on there. It's like I could never get it off. Okay. All right, come on, paper. That's not working with me this morning. Yep, I think I'm just gonna have to go online or somewhere and just invest in one of those rip rulers. I think I am. Oh, and by the way, I want to thank all my new subscribers for coming and joining in on this series and for subscribing to my channel. I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me to see other crafters and things come over to my channel. I hope that you guys are being inspired, maybe seeing something new, maybe something you haven't tried before and you'd like to try. I hope everyone is also having a great day today. Okay. So let me grab this. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that covers. All right, let me get my book. All righty, let's get this, start getting this glued down. The weather is still super hot. It's supposed to be 99 all week. And then next week it's supposed to be hot for a little while. And then it's supposed to cool off some. Wait, I think that's the wrong way. Later on next week, closer to the weekend, I think. Still in frame, yeah. Okay. All right, and then let's do this one, but I think I can cut some of that off like I did this side, so it's not so bulky yet a little bit. Let's take a little bit of this off. So not even. But who's really aiming for even, right? Not me. Okay, let's get this one glued down. My kitties are outside the door meowing because I won't let them in. They go by the door and they claw underneath the door like, Mom, let me in, Mom, let me in. Okay, then we're just going to do a frame. Just something different. We are just doing something different. And now I think they're in there fighting. Yep. Hold on just a second, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I am so sorry about that. They were my my bigger cat was holding down the smaller cat and was not being very nice to her. He thinks he's the dominant one, and sometimes I have to let him know that I'm boss, not him. So, anyways, okay, so there's the frame. Right, let's just make sure. Oh yeah, that's going to be great. Okay, so we're done with this one for now. Let's put this over there. Let's throw this in the trash can. Well, not the trash can. It goes in my I make handmade paper, so I use my color small ones like these to add color into my paper. Okay, so let's put that over there. And now let's cover this, and I'm thinking, put this over here like that. Okay, so I'm thinking on this is, I do want this to be a pocket, so it's going to fold out that way, so it needs to be glued here. So let's do that, and actually I glue down this part so it doesn't get caught. I'll do it on my book. So I'll get glue everywhere. Okay, there's one. Okay, and there's two. Okay, so there's those two. So now I need to use my liquid. I'll pull off that top, and we are going to just glue a little bead here to make a pocket. Alrighty, and then see, and then that would be easier to decorate straight up on that. That would be wonderful. Okay, so while that's drying, we don't need to decorate the back, so we're just going to decorate the sides, and we just need to cover up the most of the wording. Well, yeah, no, don't change your mind there, Dora. Alrighty, so we would go, if a little bit of the words, as I've said through my videos, if a little bit of the words stand out, that's okay by me. Let's try this side. See, that's a little more straight on the edge. Okay, so I butt it up, and then I just kind of move it back a little. I think that would be fine. Yeah, that would be fine. Okay. So and of course, you know, when you're doing this, everything sticks to your fingers. Right? Sorry I'm so quiet. I'm just trying to concentrate here. Okay, so yeah, that'll work. I could just go right to the edge of that and it'll butt right up there, which would be perfect. Yep, I like it. Oops, let me put the cap back on here so that don't dry out. And this time around, I kept my baby wipes over here by me so I could wipe them off with all that glue, because I'll tell you, my other videos I was doing and I had glue all over, everything was sticking to my fingers, and it was really hard to do that. You know, to keep a hold of stuff. So alrighty, so now we are going to do this side, right? I'm just going to do this. And hope for the best. Nope, it's not tall enough. You see that? It's not tall enough, but that's okay. It's all right. It's all right. You know what we could do? Well, no, because that would be just too much on the outside. The inside, I'm going to do that, but not here. That's okay. I'll put a little title or something up there when we come back and decorate. Because right now I'm just trying to get the pages filled up. We don't have that much time left in August, and as I said, I'm trying to get this done by the end of August. There we go. Will work. Yeah, and then I could take one of my little title things and put up there. Yeah, that'll work just wonderful. That will work just fine. Alrighty. Okay, so now to tie this in, I want to take and put a piece of this up here to offset. I want that in there. Yep, a little bit more. That. I may even come back and do some stitching around it. I'm not, well, not if we're going to glue it down, right? That's okay. Not concerned. Okay, so need to come off a little bit of this side. That works there. And I'm going to do that just to give it a little more sturdiness. that. Okay, so now we have a little fold. That's great. Yeah, that's super great. I know they're in there, and that's okay. That's okay. It's progress. We can always come back. Ooh, look at that. Hang on, let me get these out of the way here. Trying to, keep my desk clean as I go, this time, instead of just letting it pile up and pile up. Okay, so look at that. That is wonderful. I think it looks good. And yes, I think I'm going to come back and do maybe like some of those word dictionary definitions. I got those from 49 Dragonflies, I believe. Okay, so it would open, and then there's a pocket. Looky, I think it looks great. I think it looks good. Gluing it down. Gluing it down. Not going to second guess myself. And as I've said before, this is normally not something that I do, but that's all right. We are going to do it anyway, right? Think outside this box. Okay. Let me get this glue off of my fingers really quick so I'm not sticking to the pages here. I'm pushing it down. Yeah, that's a lot better. See, I should have had I should have had baby wipes out here a long time ago, right? Yes, that's wonderful. I'll leave that open for now. So let us see. Oh, look, a little tuck area. That's perfect. And I can write over here. And I like this dark paper because I can write on it, and it's it won't stand out as much. So I like that. Just a little bloop. Okay. So now what to do over here? Where are we at on time? Okay, well, we got a little bit of time. So how about we just do, you know what? As we are doing something different, let's just do something else different. I have these old sewing patterns. Look at that. Look at how that comes right through the back. Look at that. Right? I could come back and stamp. And is this a top pocket or a side pocket? Ooh, it's a side pocket, which means I can make an envelope with some sewing things on it and fold it over. Ooh, that would be cool. Have a double flip out. I think that would be really cool. Super cool. Yep. See, not thinking about it. We're just doing it. This is what I do at nighttime. I just don't think about it. Actually, I think I'm gonna, well, maybe not, who knows. We're just gonna try, right? We're just going to try it. Let's see if it works. Because sewing patterns can be tricky to glue because they are so thin. So I'm trying to be very, very careful here not to rip it. So we shall see if it lays down. crinkles, that's okay too. Just a little texture, right? Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it. Wonder what would happen if we went around these. Oh, that looks nice. Around the creases. Just like the little, where it crinkled up. Just maybe give them that little wrinkled look. That looks nice. Yeah, I like that too. We're doing different things today, right? Just different things. Different things. Yes. Okay, now this one flips up and then a pocket. So, do we want to keep it a flip up, decorate it, flip it down, tuck, decorate? Do we want to decorate over here? I don't want to make this video too terribly long. I'm not sure. See, two good ideas. And then when I get on camera, it's like it goes out the window. I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens. I love this. Othello. Ooh. No, I don't think that would work. I was thinking maybe we could do something like this again, since this is in the front, and then towards the back, kind of like have a two-parter here. Maybe with some different colors in the background. I'd have to find my black and white. Well, actually, no, we could do. We could do these. We could. We could even do both sides too. I think so. Let's see, without thinking too much, how about we do this? Because, like I always say, when you can't think of anything else, what do? You just stop, walk away. I have a good idea, but I'm not sure yet either. So, anywho, that's it. Let's just do that. Let's just think about it for a minute. I'll throw my trash bits away. I'll put my scraps over in the paper making pile. I will get my brain together and I'll come back with another video. When I have it, I should start writing this stuff down. Maybe I should start writing this stuff down. Okay. So anyways, thanks guys for coming by. And like I always say, if you get stuck, don't be afraid to walk away, even in the middle of a video, because you know what? It happens to us all. So stay creative, think outside your box. All right, guys, subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye now.